Here today with Coach Sterling Doty of the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. How you doing today, Coach?
Tony, I'm doing great. Thank you for having us on.
Oh, you're welcome. It's the spring. Nothing going on. It's the spring. There's no football. This is probably the busiest time of year for a high school coach. There's all kinds of sports that are just wrapping up, some that are hitting middle stride. Um, Baseball, softball playoffs just getting underway. Just tell us what you're seeing from your kids in the spring so far.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got a lot of kids competing in a lot of different sports like we want them to. We want our guys to be versatile and have the ability to compete year round. And so that's something that we value very much in our program and just in our whole athletic program, especially, being at a 4A high school, we got to ask our athletes to do a lot of different things. We had a great powerlifting season. We sent the most kids we ever have since I've been here the last 4 years to regionals. So we sent 9 kids to regionals. We got one out to state. He got seventh. He finished there seventh, and so he had a great year there as a junior. So looking forward to him coming back and having a great senior year. And then, our track team competed and won their third straight district championship, and now our second straight area championship. And then last weekend was fourth in the region in the team standings. And then we've got 2 athletes that are going to go down to Austin and compete on Thursday. One in 2 events. Chris Brister, our left tackle, he's going to be shot and disc, and he's got a great chance to go compete, get on the medal stand. So we're excited about that. And then we also have a senior pole vaulter, 14-3. So he's had a great run of it. Also, our baseball program just finished up their third consecutive district championship. So excited for that group and our guys that are on our baseball team and our coaches as they head into the playoffs here. And, then all the way from golf and tennis to, you go back to basketball and just all the different things that our guys compete in. We've had a good go of it, and all the while we've maintained a really good off season. Our kids have been working hard in the weight room and in our conditioning to get themselves ready to go out there in the fall and put their best foot forward.
Now, there's some specific applications, obviously weightlifting or the strength and power and track with speed, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's about the kids gelling with each other, learning to compete, learning to come through adversity in every format that they can.
Yes, amen. I mean, team unity is definitely something that you look at successful teams and they have great cultures and great locker rooms and kids that really enjoy working hard together, getting in the foxhole together, pulling the rope. You're going to have your days where it's adversity hits, like you mentioned, and the only way you can get through it is together. So yes, that culture is just not there in football season. But it's an overall athletic culture and what we strive to do on a daily basis.
All right. So now, if you don't mind, let's talk a little more specific on the football side. Um, for the fall, who's coming back? What roles are they going to play? And who's not coming back? And who might step into those roles?
Yes, sir. Very, very excited about next year's team. We lost a really good senior group, a group that was incoming freshmen my first year here. So this is my first group that went door to door with me, freshman to senior year. So we're losing 35 seniors. We have a quarterback that led us in our whole team to a state championship there as a junior, and losing both safeties and losing 4 offensive linemen. Obviously it all starts up front. So, that's an area that we're really focused in, but we had a really good crop of seniors there up front, 4 out of 5. But yeah, I can't say enough about that senior class and what they meant to our program and great things that they've done and they'll continue to do for the rest of their lives. Coming back for us, we do have the school record holder for rushing in a season, and Tate Maruska, they're at 2098, and also the single game rushing record. He holds that as well. So, very talented a back, obviously, that rushed for a lot of yards last year, and had a great front six in front of him. Had our fullback tight end last year was a great player as well, and so we're excited to have him back. Also, our left tackle, our one offensive lineman, really, really good. He's an FBS prospect, has FBS offers already. But the running back's name is Tate Maruska. Left tackle is Chris Brister. And like I mentioned before, shot and disc, very explosive. He's got a chance to get down on the record stand down there in Austin. And then we return our leading receiver in Tristan Gentry. Had a really great sophomore year. I think right over 1,200 yards, if I remember correctly. So excited to have his explosive play back. And then we get a quarterback that came in and stepped in and played as a sophomore, started 5 games for us, had great production in those 5 games, I think just right at 20 touchdowns. And so he has definitely proven that he can step on the field and lead our football team to great heights. And so anytime you can return a trigger man that has some experience and five games of experience against some really quality teams, we feel really good about that. So that's us offensively. And then special teams wise, we do return our place kicker, Diego Chavarria. He was a Whataburger super team a player for his production last year. I think he was somewhere like 79 out of 80 PATs, and we didn't ask him to kick too many field goals, but when he did, he came through for us. He was 2 or 3 with a long of 40. So dynamic weapon there in the kicking game. Gonna have to replace our punter, but we got some good candidates there to fill into that spot. And then we feel like we've got really good depth for our guys to fill in and fill all those important special team roles on our football team. You got to have guys that really buy into that, and that's their opportunity to start. And so we got another really good senior class here and some good underclassmen that are going to help us come fill in all the roles that our football team needs. Defensively, coming back with the War Dogs, I'm really excited about our defensive front. We had a lot of great production last year out of these guys, and we got a lot of them coming back. Wesley Griffin, we've got Colton Durth, Camden McKinney coming off an injury. He's looked really strong this spring. He's going to get cleared in the month of June. He got hurt in the middle of the season last year, and so really excited about having Camden back here, for his senior year. And then, got some guys that came in and played some big-time roles for us, Philip Wiggins, Justin Stevens, P.D. Peak, all guys that are going to be in the rotation there on our defensive line. Going to return our Mike linebacker, Rowdy Markland. I'm excited about his return. He's had a really good offseason in the weight room and in his conditioning and getting ready for a big year. And then in the back end, we were able to bring back really three corners. One's going to move to safety, Hyson Foreman. Very excited about him and everything that he's going to leadership wise going to bring to the table. Definitely going to be a great vocal and lead by example. One that's going to lead not only our back end but our whole defense. And then Austin Juergens and Messiah Mayo were both corners that got some great experience last year, and they both had really good off seasons. So those are kind of the pieces that we bring back, and we 9-1 JV team, 10-0 freshman team. So we got some good younger kids that got some great experience playing last year that are ready for their Friday night roles as well.
All right, so that's the Yellow Jackets. Let's talk a little more broadly about Texas high school athletics. What would you say the biggest challenge facing Texas high school athletics right now is?
Well, I think on so many different fronts. You just got the evolution of some things that the coaches and the players, currently can't control. And that's everything that's happening politics wise, down in Austin with the legislature. Just the retention of coaches, guys having opportunities go elsewhere and work less and make more, and then you start talking about what our governor is pushing with the school vouchers and that direction, and it's just a really slippery slope for us. And I think the integrity of the game and integrity of what makes this game so great about growing up in a hometown and buying into a local program and working your tail off and coming up and going to play for the Stephenville Yellow Jackets, going to play for the Brownwood Lions, China Spring Cougars, North Shore Mustangs, Allen Eagles, all of those things. It kind of gets lost when you start putting some other pieces in play. And so I just think that we're on a real fork in the road, and we just got to all pull together and make sure that the people that are making the decisions pick the right path.
All right. So let's go from big to small. Let's a little bit more about Sterling Doty. What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
Well, definitely, if you ask my wife, I'm a big sweets fan. I gotta watch my sweet intake. Halloween comes around, Easter comes around. She always sees me getting in the kids' cookie jar there with definitely Reese's is my favorite candy. And then also outside of sweets, I would say live music. I love to listen to live music. There's something about going to a concert and being there in person and hearing a great artist and that just outside of my family and my faith and this game of football. Those are two things that kind of are the makeup of my everyday life.
Who's your favorite music artist?
So hands down, right now, I think the hottest act out of Nashville has to be Luke Combs. He's a great entertainer. You look at him, he just looks like an offensive lineman. Vocally, when you hear the guy, there's separation. Had some great guys on tour with him this year with Riley Green and Laney Wilson, Flatland Cavalry out of here in Texas, out of the South Plains. Lubbock folks know about Flatland. And then a guy named Brett Cobb was the first one that opened for him. They all got on the stage together at the end, and all of them very talented artists. But I tell you, Luke was vocally, man, nobody can touch him. And then just lyrically, what he's writing and putting out there, I think it's just very, very relatable. Now, if we're going back and we're talking about, if I could only listen to 5 artists the rest of my life, you'd have to get some classic rock in there. The Eagles, Tom Petty, those 2 of my favorite. They're going to be on my playlist every time. Then coming back, and then the king is the king for a reason. George Strait, you can't beat him. And then of course Garth Brooks, and then you got to throw in Luke. So those would be my 5 that I listen to all time. Fleetwood Mac would be just on the outside looking in. Stevie Nicks and my little classic rock piece right there.
All right. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Coach, and best of luck in the upcoming season.
Tony, we appreciate all you do for Texas high school football.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.